and she hid him for 3 months. When she could no longer hide him, she put him in a basket made of reeds, covered with tar and pitch. Then she set the basket among the reeds by the bank of the Nile River. His sister Miriam stood some distance away to find out what would happen to him. Pharaoh's daughter saw the basket among the reeds, and when she opened it, the baby was crying. And she took pity on him.
Excuse me, would you like someone to look after this baby boy?
Yes, please. Can you find someone to look after the baby boy for me? Please, can you look after the baby boy for me? I will pay you very well.
Sure, I can nurse it for you.
Our lesson learned today is that we trust God to take care of us, for He is forever faithful. We do not need to be afraid or worry, for He is with us, for He has given us a spirit of power, of love, and of a sound mind.
Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian. And he led the flock to the back of the desert and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. And here the Lord appeared to him in a burning bush.
Here I am.
Take off your shoes, for the place on which you stand is holy ground.
Who are you?
I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. I have seen the misery of my people in Egypt, so I have come down to rescue them. And I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring the Israelites out of Egypt.
Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?
I will be with you, and this will be a sign to you that I have sent you. When you have brought the Israelites out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain.
But Lord, I do not speak well.
Who gave man his mouth? Who makes him deaf or mute? Who gives him sight or makes him blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go. I will be with you and teach you what to say.
In the land of Egypt, Pharaoh ruled, and God's people, the Israelites, were slaves. God sent Moses to ask Pharaoh to set his people free. Moses did not want to go. He was actually nervous, but he did what God had asked him to do.
Who wants to speak to me?
It is I, Moses. I have come in the name of God. And he asked that you let his people go.
You must be kidding. Who will make my bricks, ride my camels, and build my pyramids? My answer is no.
Pharaoh called his taskmasters together and told them to push the workers even harder. The taskmaster commanded the slaves to produce even more bricks. The Israelites complained bitterly and blamed Moses for their mistreatment.
Why do you mistreat your people? Why did you send me? The Pharaoh is now treating your people even more cruelly.
Now you will see what I will do to the Pharaoh. I will force him to let my people go. In fact, he will drive them out of his land. Now you and Aaron must return to him and say as I command.
Moses and his older brother Aaron stood before the Pharaoh many times.
The Lord God said, let my people go.
Why should I listen to your God?
Even if you do not listen, the waters in the river will be turned into blood.
Then came 10 plagues, each one worse than the one before. And in each plague, the region of Goshen, where the Israelites lived, was spared. Pharaoh was a stubborn man. Even after plagues of blood, frog, lice, disease, hail, and darkness, he still would not let the Hebrews take a day off. Moses went to Pharaoh as God had instructed him, taking his brother Aaron with him.
The Lord God said to let my people go, so they may worship me in the wilderness.
Then you and your people will never live. Now go, I cannot bear the sight of your face.
You have spoken well. I'll see your face no more.
God told Moses to protect the Israelites from the last plague, that they must take the blood of the lamb and paint it on their doorways, and their firstborns would be protected. And so each family did as Moses asked.
Guards, go bring Moses immediately. Moses, take your people and cattle and sheep you have so justly demanded. Now, Now, Go from here and never return.
Then came 10 plagues, each one worse than the one before. And in each plague, the region of Goshen, where the Israelites lived, was spared. God told Moses to protect the Israelites from the last plague, that they must take the blood of the lamb and paint it on their doorways, and their firstborns would be protected. And so each family did as Moses asked.
Guards, go bring Moses immediately.
Now it was told that the king of Egypt, that the people had left, and the heart of Pharaoh and his servants was turned against the people. And they said, "Why have we done this, that we have left Israel go from us?" So he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. Also he took 600 choice chariots and the chariots of Egypt, with captains and every one of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and pursued the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with boldness. So the Egyptians pursued them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, his horsemen and his army, and took them camping by the seaside.
Moses, why you bring us here to die? Moses, the people are complaining. Do something.
Do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today. The Egyptian whom you see today will never see forevermore. Please, Lord, help us.
Why do you cry to me? Tell the children of Israel to go forward, but lift up your rod and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it. Look, the Red Sea is parted.
People complained to Moses.
This water is bitter. What shall we do now, Moses?
Moses, after 3 days and we get bitter water.
Lord, the children are thirsty. Please give us clean drinking water. The Lord will provide drinking water. This water is sweet. It is true. The Lord does provide.
Thank you, Father, for providing us with drinking water.
Is there no food? We should have just died by God's hand in Egypt.
Back in Egypt, we had pots of meat and ate bread till we were full.
The Lord has said he will provide. In the evening you shall know that he has brought you out of Egypt, and in the morning you shall see the glory of God. He will give you meat in the evening, the Lord will give you, and in the morning he will give you bread till you are full. Philippians 2:14. Do all things without complaining and disputing. Philippians 2:14. Ask our Heavenly Father to take care of you and be content with what He gives you each day. True contentment comes from believing in Jesus. He is the way, the truth, and the life.